All right. So RFK Jr. calls vaccine mandates freedom. Freedom? Man, it's just anti-vax cosplay from a Kennedy who couldn't pass a high school biology. He's out here acting like measles is a partisan issue, like polio checks your voter ID before it infects your kids. America barely survived COVID, and now this man wants us to raw dog diseases in the name of liberty. Protest a riot. When freedom becomes a death wish, how long before we realize ignorance is contagious too? Protest for me on this one.
So when you say it like that last part, when freedom, when you kind of generalized it as like, I guess the vaccines and how was what was that last part?
Well, technically, it's when freedom becomes a death wish. How long before we realize ignorance is contagious too? But in the sense of the quote is freedom, or the air quote is freedom, because he's saying, oh, we don't need all of this, and this restricts American freedoms, having vaccine mandates and stuff like that.
If there's a general opinion about this, I'm a riot on this one. Right, but if it's more specific to what he's doing,
yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay.
For the sake of the conversation, it is specific to what RFK, and that's just because he's been on the stand lately.
Right, because you know where I was going with that.
Yeah, I know.
You definitely don't want to get to the point where we can't, like, science doesn't matter. You know what I mean, like that, and then
we've been at that though.
Well,
with this new administration, we've been at the science is not important anymore. That's why the whole a lot of the environmental acts have been cut off.
Right. But I think we're at a point where it's just most people don't know that the science community even exists anymore.
True. I'll give you that.
Yeah, because you remember you used to hear like, oh, okay, you know, from the Massachusetts health state of health, something like that. The journal, the New England Journal for medicine or something like it was like prestigious, right? Or you hear it from like, oh, leading scientist says such and such, right?
Yeah.
You know, you could pretty much be like, oh, okay, that's probably true, right? You know, but now you don't know where are they at. You don't hear them anymore.
Or, well, it's because it's always shut down. Like when you think about like a lot of our political figures that are in power, they're the ones that don't use science to back anything.
Yeah.
They always start, well, I think, well, this is what I want to talk about. Well, this is what I see as important and stuff like that, as opposed to the facts.
Yeah.
Like we did used to rely heavily on the facts. Now people don't care about the facts, or anytime it's a fact, it's always questioned. Like nobody believes the facts anymore.
Right.
Which is why we do this podcast.
Yeah.
Because you don't get to argue the facts. Yeah. You get to argue how you react to the facts.
Right. You can have your opinions on the facts.
Yeah. But that's not what we're
yeah, right.
We're not giving you the space for that.
Yeah, no. You should get to listen.
Yeah.
It's time to listen.
Yeah, we're not arguing about the facts. We're arguing about how we react to the facts.
You got 2 ears now. 2 ears. Listen. Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is a protest for me, and the vaccine thing. I do think this can lead up to, like, you got to picture a world with RFK as our leader of fucking, what the fuck is he in charge of?
The Health and Human
Resources.
Yeah. HHS.
HHS.
Yeah.
HHS. Health and Human Services.
Yeah.
And you got to think about, like, what would happen if we had another pandemic with this guy in charge?
Well, they've already, they're pretty much making it harder for you to get a COVID vaccine now. Pretty much.
Yeah.
That and
you need a doctor's note to get a COVID vaccine.
Yeah. And which means we're gonna start having less of it on stockpile. Right, and y'all remember that this is a new variant this year. Like, get ready for it. Right, there's a new variant. This is, I know people will be like, oh, this is a new flu, but like this is going to be. This is something
we talked about this. Not we, but like this was a thing that was going on where everybody was talking about the fact that like COVID is going to be the new influenza.
Yeah.
So it's just going to keep morphing and changing and stuff like that, and it's just.
And you used to have like a pretty competent and fully manned CDC, who this is their job to fight this. There are things going on in nature right now that you have no clue about how it's going to affect you.
Yep.
But, you know, when you take science and medicine seriously, right? You know, maybe we can last a little bit longer, right?
God forbid.
God forbid, right? Because sometimes I'm confused. I don't know if y'all just trying to kill us all off, or it's just like, oh, you know, we just waiting to see what the real science is, you know.
Yeah, and you know what, you say that, and I don't know who the target demographic is that you're trying to kill off anymore.
No. I really don't know. I really don't know. Because this one right here, this anti-vax and the vaccines cause autism. That crowd
crazy. That was a crazy statement to say.
That crowd merges some fringe liberals and or you know and the conservatives, right? It like merges this unholy matrimony together, and it's like now you have a poster child in RFK who's actually sitting here. He's putting a professional face on it now. That this is the American opinion.
I need you guys
Don't
to
do that.
understand.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Boy, don't do that. The door stopper. I heard somebody said he sounds like a door stopper. I did not need to hear that. I really didn't need. No, I was like, man,
door stopper is crazy.
That's when I had to turn TikTok off for a second. I was like, a door? No, because I had to think about it for a second. I was like, oh my God, yes.
You gotta understand that the vaccines are killing all of us, and it's giving us autism.
I removed all my door stoppers in the house. I don't want to hear it anymore.
Start hitting the WD-40 on all the wedges and stuff.
Yes, suddenly you if you ever buy when you buy a house, they give you like little door stopper like backups or whatever. I'm already through all of them already, just because of RFK. Because I just
door stopper is crazy.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing worse than a door stopper speaking.
Did you see that hearing?
Yes, that hearing was, and they were on his ass. He was frantic. He couldn't hold his composure because they were attacking him. Was like, well, you said this and you said that, and you like, we're kind of like most of the hearing I got, or most of what I got out of the hearing was, where are you getting this information from?
The distinguished and qualified senator from Washington, state of Washington, Maria Cantwell, called him a charlatan. I love that word. Do you know how often I use that word? Like that is a word I use constantly, especially in this day and age, right? The president is a charlatan, right? But she called him a charlatan, and I was instantly mad because I was like, man, you stealing my word. You know, that's my shit. What are you doing?
Bitch. That's like one of them accidental ones that slip out. I didn't mean to call you that. I'm sorry, that one slipped.
You're going to pay me some royalties on that one. But yeah,
they was on his ass.
Called him a charlatan. And then the Republican members on the panel was like, hey, you said you wouldn't do this, right? But you did this. Bill Cassidy, senator from Louisiana, was a physician before he was a U.S. senator. Asked him, and during the confirmation hearings, right? And RFK said he would not limit the access to the COVID vaccine. He said that.
Yeah.
Here he is doing it, and he's finally getting called out on it by the other side, by the Republican Party. And I know that at some point they're going to have to start thinking to themselves like, okay, when lives start getting lost, especially these lives that are my constituents in my state, how long are we going to be able to keep up supporting this administration in good conscience?
Well, it depends. Like the fact that Florida